Let me ask you a direct question. Under the circumstances, in your heart, aren't you basically very pessimistic about the future for the Negro in the United States?
No.
No?
No. I'm not a pessimist.
Yeah, I've been watching you and you don't want what's best for me. I can see it in your eyes. You the devil in disguise, yeah. Yeah, I've been watching you and you don't want what's best for me. I can see it in your eyes. You the devil in disguise, yeah.
People are starving and dying and growing bitter and turning into madmen and going into narcotic ward every day in those ghettos all over the country.
I say shotgun, no one to know someone. Yeah, I say shotgun, no one to know someone. I woke up and loaded my gun. They try to keep us in the slum. I woke up and loaded my gun. Hey, people talking, I don't listen. They politicking, who really making the decisions and pulling the strings? I'm medicating myself while making a scene. The judge in my jeans, if I don't make it, will you still love me? The world say we're equal, why you lie to me? If I don't make it, will you still love me? The world say we're equal, why you gotta lie to me? Hey, you make me feel empty, but I won't blow my brains out. Let it bang. See the killing from the timeline. It never change. This a life that we live now. Bodies kept without a school zone. Camera zoom in while the mama cry. Catch you lacking in a war. Bullets flying through the door. I turn it off and I hear screams. I got these voices in my head. The president, he want me dead.
To me, we are the most beautiful creatures in the whole world, black people. I mean that in every sense, outside and inside.
Cologne get smashed, I came from my face. I never been outside the state.
This is DJ Blake, and my next guest is all about black empowerment and being free. And if there's one thing you should take away from his music, it's that it's important to be your own unique self. Introducing WayneJackson.
I don't know your name. It's sad cause some things in this world will never change. To be the man on top of the hill, to be the man on top of the hill. The place I go in, I don't wanna to be the man on top of the
Welcome back, everyone. This is DJ Blake, keeping you up to date with all the hottest hip-hop news and sneaker talk. And today I'm with a very special guest, the one and only WayneJackson.
Yes, sir.
Woo! WayneJackson!
That was a beautiful intro.
Thank you. So when I think of you, I think of... It's weird, too, because from Seattle, you don't really see a lot of, like, edgy black people. But when I think of you, it's cool, though. It's definitely cool, but I think of you as an edgy black guy.
I'm very edgy. but not like in like a corny way, but just more in a way of... I just try to push the boundaries to where like people that look like us haven't really seen.
Yeah.
And I want to do it in a beautiful, sexy, edgy, activist way.
Yeah.
So it can be confusing, but to me, it's like the most beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
How do you describe your music? Because I've listened to your music and it's dope because it's actually like all over the board.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, I don't like to describe it, but if anything, I would just say it's hip hop and it's rock music and it's it's alternative, but it has taste, because I know that can come off to people and be like, like rock and rap together, like whatever, you're corny. But no, like if you do it in a way that's genuine and it's real, I think it can come off in a real powerful way. So that's what we're trying to, the music we're trying to bring. Yeah.
You kind of give me like an Anderson .Paak type vibe when
you
first started out.
Dude, he's a man. Yeah. And he does it all, literally. Yeah. He does everything and people love him. So if we can hop into anything, especially with connecting with the people the way he does, I would love to do that.
Right, for sure. Dude, I saw him because he was making music beforehand, but once he got connected to Dr. Dre,
it was over. Because the talent, he's so damn talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good, bro.
But yeah, when I listen to your music, you said this like one of your first times in Seattle?
It's my first time.
What?
Yeah, bro. And
Dude.
I'm fucking excited as hell about it.
Oh my gosh.
I love it, man. All my heroes are from here, and I've been reading about this place for the past 2.5 years, 3 years, and to be here, have a show here, it's amazing.
You kind of seem like you already fit in here though, for real.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's like I think we'll create something really good here, but it's my first time here, but it feels damn good, Maybe just because I've been like hearing about it and reading about it for so long, I feel kind of like I know what's going on a little bit. Yeah.
It's weird because living in an area, you don't really see it as like a tourist attraction if you've grown up in that area.
I understand.
But then when like I hear other people talk about Seattle, I'm like, yeah, I see that now.
Do you fuck with Seattle?
Yeah.
Like, personally, like.
It was weird because growing up, what I wanted to do was like move out of Seattle. That was like the main thing I wanted to do. Like I made sure like I went on these like historical black college tours. Okay. Like like all the way up to like Alabama, like as far away as I can get from here because I just grew up here my entire life. And then once I graduated from high school, I was like, I'd actually like step back and like look at Seattle for what it is, and I was like, this is a beautiful place.
It is.
And there's if you can literally find any type of clique here in Seattle. It just all you have to do is look for it.
Respect. Like, do it in every aspect of life, bro.
Yeah,
that's like
true.
the realest shit. All you have to do is look and it's there. Like, anything you want.
Yeah.
So real, bro.
It's awesome because even if you're, like, especially if you're passionate about something, that's how, like, no matter what you're passionate about, you can connect with people because you're passionate. Like, that's how, like, NBA players end up making music or, like, being in a music video with, like, a rapper or anything like that. Like, 100%. As long as you're passionate and, like, true to yourself.
Yeah, people will feel it.
Yeah.
People will feel it, man. That's how we've been able to connect on this whole run. It's like this tour, I wasn't even supposed to be on this tour.
What?
I got added to it late, but ever since show one, we've been connecting every night in a major way, man. And I think it's because they see it and they feel like what's real and they believe the words, and it's not coming off as like a gimmick or anything like that, so just connecting is the most important, bro. Right. Anywhere you go, any city, whatever. Yeah.
And you as a person, you don't seem like a gimmick either. Like, you seem like you're truly to yourself.
Yeah, 100%, man. But it's like, if you come out in a way that's... It's not like you're making your own lane or you being creative in a way that's not normal. People can see it as like, oh, like, that's weird or that's edgy. Or maybe see edgy as a bad word, and it's not.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'm on the edge. Like, yeah, I'm living my shit on the edge. Some people don't do that. That may make you feel uncomfortable, but for me, that makes me feel so alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, bro.
What's the point of being normal,
Exactly. So it's just like, fuck it.
Are there artists in the industry that made you realize you can be your own self and be edgy, or was it just something that came naturally?
I mean, honestly, it came naturally because I've always just growing up, especially I'm from Texas, so it's just like, some of the gimmicks and things you hear about Texas is still very true. Yeehaw. And yeah, exactly. When you say yeehaw, that can mean so many things, especially the people from Houston. It's like, that could mean I might get in a bad situation.
Oh no.
That could mean like in the hood it's horses, you know what I'm saying, which it is, and it's just like, but growing up in Texas, it was just, from high school I was in the suburbs, so I got to see like a lot of different stuff than my family, and that's actually living in the suburbs for the rest of my high school. That's why I actually really got into music.
Right.
So it's like I could have stayed like with my dad and all that, but like going and like living in the suburbs, that's why I found music, found myself, and then I just like kind of branched out into my own thing. But then seeing artists like Gambino, a lot of the older artists too I'm really into, like Hendrix, and like, it's like such great rock music from Seattle. I can speak on every Seattle band. I'm more connected to that vibe, you know what I'm saying? And that made me, I'm like, I connect with this music. Like, why should I should be able to sing like them, you know what I'm saying? Be able to voice my opinion like they do, and just kind of brought my own, energy and my own life to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dude, that's so fun. Have you met Gambino yet?
Hell no.
What? Dude, you literally seem like you and Black Party and him would get along so well.
I believe that too, but it's like, the thing is, I'm just kind of getting on the scene.
Yeah.
And people are just kind of starting to understand, but I've seen Gambino live. I love him. I'm going to put it out into the world that we'll be friends by 2021 or something like that. I'll say that. But I got a lot of work to do.
Dude, yeah. At least you're passionate. You have to be passionate and humble. Because if you're 100%. Passionate and just think you're the shit, then nothing's really going to fall in your lap.
I only think I'm the shit when I'm on stage.
Hey.
Because you got to be confident. You got to, project that energy that you want people to feel. But other than that, I'm, very receptive and, energy reserving and, very open to whatever anybody got to say. But I feel like Gambino, he's just, man, He does it. He does it. He does it all, bro. And he like when you think he's gonna do something, he does something else. And I kind of live by that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'll walk out on stage in a fur coat one day, then the next day I'll walk out in a dress. You know, and I'm just like
Young
this
Thug.
is exactly. And I'm just like, this is me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's black and it's sexy and it's beautiful to me. So
what crowd do you associate with the most?
I mean, my stories and my storytelling and people, the people that I've been performing in front of the past 2 years have been young white kids. They have been, and I have no shame in that. They connect with me, and I connect with them. It's beautiful, and they're very open. Like my mind has always been. You know, some people can be a little bit behind on that, but my stories and my storytelling, who I am, and my heritage, clearly, you know, it's very black. You know, and like if you were to come to the show, or any of your homies were to come to the show tonight, they would see that it's a message of like, love yourself and like activists, like all that. While maybe even more other things, you know what I'm saying? But who I've been able to perform in front of lately has been a lot of white kids, and I'm not like scared of that. You know, that if that's who's connecting with me right now, I'm totally down for it. So yeah, but I'm open to everybody.
Right.
I'm down for everybody to love it. I think it's a universal story.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you make your music, is there anyone you're specifically trying to reach? Or are you still?
Man, I mean, I'm still at the point of like making music for myself, you know, and like and telling my story and stories that I see. You know, it's like I said, it's very like black stories.
Yeah.
So when I rap and when I'm writing, when I'm singing, when I'm in the studio, I'm speaking on things that I'm seeing, and things that I'm seeing is like pain and people like Trump and people like, you know, us still getting. You know, boxed in and us still dying. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's that, but it's like I've been performing in front of these certain type of kids because those are the tours that I hop on.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But it's like, it's a very universal thing.
But
it's very black though.
Yeah.
You know, and I have no shame in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my story is very that.
It's weird though that like that's how we have to describe things right now. Like that's very white, that's very black.
And that's weird. It is weird. It's like, man, even having a conversation with my mom, like not to get so personal, but it's like. I grew up in a very religious, and you know I got 8 brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? like you know, a stepdaddy, a stepmom, and it's like I'm the second to the oldest, and my mom is just like questioning me because I've been wearing what I'm wearing. Like we're having like full blown conversations. She's just like, "What is this about?" And I'm like, "It's about love. Like it's about peace. It's about freedom." Because we're still not free to me, and that's what I want to like. Project my energy to be like, yo, be completely free. Yeah. And it's just like my mom's like, why are you doing that? What is that? I'm just like, it's about freedom. Clearly you're still in the mind of like, and my friends, fam, whoever, like they're still in the mind of like chains. White, black, no matter, you know what I'm saying? Just being like, oh, you can't do that. Yeah. Like, yes I can. Yeah. I can do whatever I want. Like, so.
Is Texas more like, are they not really open-minded?
Hell no.
Right.
No. Not That's at weird. All, bro. Even like, and Houston's great, but like, bro, no. Like when I came to LA, I was like 20 and 19. Like I was seeing, and I was like, oh man, these people are like together. Yeah. You know, everybody's together. Like, and it's not perfect, but I'm just saying it was more diversity than I had ever seen in Houston.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the diversity in Houston? Is it all white, all black?
I mean, it's like certain like I said, high school for me was in the suburbs, so it was like a lot of like Latino, like a lot of black, a lot of white, mostly white. But then you go out in Houston, it's just like very different. Yeah. Very, very different. But it's like me, I grew up in the suburbs. Grew up in this place called Spring. So it was like a little bit outside of Houston, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like mostly white, black, and Latino. Yeah.
I relate with you on that though. I was literally like one of the 5 black kids that graduated from my class. And it was a class.
That can do something to you.
It was like a class of 400 something.
Oh, so that's a little smaller. See, my class was like, we had a lot of kids. It was like a 5A. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like
shit, we're like
classes.
2. We're 2.
So that can do something to your mental. That can do something to who you surround yourself with and how you kind of live. Yeah. Bro, you know what I'm saying? So coming to LA at 19, I was like, oh shit, like, yo. And then if you're always open to growth, like if you're always open to whatever, you're gonna change. You're not gonna stay the same. You shouldn't. And that's how we've been connected with the kids every night too, because I was on tour last year and I'll see kids and they have different hair, they look different, they maybe transitioning between something else. I'm just like, yeah, you should be changing. You shouldn't want to stay the same. You know what I'm saying? And that scares people, you know, when you change, but fuck that.
What is that? Is that weird that, because that's for like, if you think about it, when it comes down to like any artist really, if you look at the age range, unless you're like Jay-Z, the age range is usually like early teens to
Yeah.
early 20s.
Yeah.
But then when you're actually like doing business deals and stuff like that, you're interacting with like adults.
100%.
How does that affect you though? Like, isn't that weird that you're giving all these ideas to like these adults and management and all that, but then who's actually receiving all the like after effects is like the youth.
Yeah, exactly. But that's such a great question too, bro. Cause like for me, like I said, I'm just kind of hopping on the scene, and people are just starting to understand it. So we're just starting to have meetups with labels, and just starting to have people coming to the shows and be like, "Yo, let's get down" and all that stuff, which is great. But of course, those people are older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some people, it can be scary, even for management. Like we have talks all the time that we're like, "Oh, like don't do that," or like I'm just like, "Oh, but I have to." Like, and I get where they're coming from, because they're older and they're just like, you know, they've lived a little bit longer and maybe even wiser than me. But it's like, as an artist who I know who I'm connecting with, I know they're going to connect with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to find a balance of having a great team and having smart people around you to be able, when you got to have those talks with people, trust yourself, trust your team, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, be wise enough to at least have a fucking conversation with them. But connecting with your art and like connecting with the audience, like, you know what they want.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? You know it's going to connect. So it's like, you don't have to feel weird about it and shit like that. It's like, it's no need to.
Right.
And and sometimes they don't even know what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They need to see you do something.
Especially if you're a new artist.
Especially if you're new.
They don't know what to expect.
It's just like, you don't know each other, but it's like, once you do something they connect with, it's like, just ride it, man. It's just like, just stay true to yourself. And the thing about having young fans too, and the music that I make, which I consider it to be a little mature. So it's like, these kids are going to grow with me. Like, they're not going to be my fans for like a year and be like, oh, he was like part of this trend. It's like, we're making a thing that can hopefully like last.
Right.
So the kids are going to, you know, be along for the ride for
That
a
makes
while.
sense.
Yeah.
What do you think the importance of using your actual name as like your stage name versus being like a little Wayne or a
It's
little?
so tight.
Yeah?
So tight. And the thing is too, like, next year we're dropping the Jackson even. So it's just gonna be more like a band and just more like a Dwayne. So, but it's so much power in that to me, bro. And then just, I've always just been so myself and so real with what I'm talking about. All my songs are very about me and about what's around me. It's never been about like, you know, a lot of artists lie. And I get it, because it does, like, it can be a good song when you're telling somebody else's story. But that's why having my name, you know, Dwayne, and then talking about what I'm talking about, which is, you know, my life, it works out.
You said you grew up in the church, and like you have like a song or two about the church. What was that music video where you were in the church?
Family Tree.
Yeah, that song was
I got a
filthy.
call next day. My mom was just like, "Why were you cussing in church?" She was
Yeah.
like, I love the song though. I love the video. But yeah,
How does that?
very real.
Yeah, that's
very
actually a
real.
dope. I like that.
Hell yeah, thank you.
How does it affect you though that you are like a rapper, but you grew up in like the church and like you're cussing and stuff. So you're not really you have like church undertones, but you're not like a Christian rapper.
Of course not. Yeah, no. I mean, with no shade to Christian rappers, like, clearly,
Of course
like,
not.
Yeah, I was like, nah. But the thing is, it helps me like stay grounded and be able to just talk about stuff, because like, I see what they're doing and I see how I grew up in the church and what it did for me, and it was really good. But I don't connect with everything that they do. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing about the church for me that was powerful was, that's why I started singing. Like most artists do. You know, I started singing there. I learned how to kind of a little bit perform and get in front of people, you know, so that, and also getting the word too, you know, and like having like a little like grounded and being like, okay. Yeah. But once I start to grow up, I just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
is it corny to you? Or?
It's not corny, but it's such a corrupt thing, and it hasn't been fixed. And I just don't dig that. So when I go back home now and my family and they're going to church, and I go and I find myself just people watching, and I don't dig that. You know what I'm saying? So I love growing up in the church, and it was great for me, and it was mostly great for my family. But when I go back now, I'm just like, I have my own relationship, and I have my own type of spiritual thing, you know, and maybe it's not so based in that anymore. You know?
What is that for you? Because like I like to say like the universe versus God, because I like to generalize things.
Understand.
So I think God falls under the universe, but
That's fair.
I'm not like it's not like I'm praying to God every night. Or
but see,
like
the thing about with me, bro, like, and I guess since we're on this, like, I still do believe in God.
Right.
I still do believe in God, and I still pray, and I'm heavily on meditation, and I kind of put it all together. Right. You know, I don't know, to be all the way honest. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, you know, I'm not sure. But it's like I was so like based in that when I was growing up, so I still have that faith.
Right.
But I think that's also what's helped me be here, and what's also helped me like keep going, because I'm just like, I believe, like, you know, I've just always been taught to have faith.
Right.
And maybe if that's the one thing I took from growing up in church, I'll take it.
Yeah, but is like church like washing it in a way?
See, that I don't have all the knowledge on
Right,
it,
that's
bro.
fair, but
You
like
know what
in
I'm
your
saying? But like that's a good question, because that's why I was saying when I go back now, I just kind of be like,
yeah,
like get out. And my thing is more like get out and learn.
Yeah.
More about yourself, you know, and more about, because like that's somebody else's.
See, that's exactly.
That's another man being like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, and I know my mom's gonna get mad when she hears this, but it's like, that's somebody else's thing.
Yeah.
And that we can't trust another man.
Yeah.
We can't, you know, you can't even like, you know, we have heroes and shit, and that's fucked up. It's like, but you see what happens when you put your trust in somebody else. Should have hurt yourself.
Dude, that makes sense.
So,
yeah.
I guess that's kind of how I feel.
I feel the same way though.
It's real. Like, you know, it's like you got to get out and kind of fend for yourself, learn for yourself. And if you go back to it and you still feel away, do that. Because it's like, that's how I feel about meditation. That's how I feel about praying when I wake up and stuff like that. Like, that's more at peace with me.
Right.
But some people need to go and have that service, which I respect.
Right.
So,
what are your opinions on the word whitewashed?
I mean, come on. A lot of opinions. I mean, I mean, only because like I've stepped back and like after school did some learning.
Yeah.
But like in school, in Texas, in the textbooks, what did we learn about us? Right. Not much. Yeah. So I mean, I feel a lot of ways about it. You know, just like a lot of lies, and then that makes me think about, damn, 1,000 years ago, what was they lying about? And before them, who told that tale, and then they told us, and the people before us. Like, I think it lies down a long time ago, and that's kind of fucked up to me. Right. So I think, if anything, we should just be telling ourselves our own truth, and just like really going to find the history that we can find that not necessarily looks like us or looks black, but just the truth alone. Yeah. And it wasn't a lot of that being taught. Right.
One last thing about religion, because I know this is like difficult for some people to.
Oh no, it's all good. But I don't mind it. I like these.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to have them with my family more. I'm like, don't feel weird. Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Like a religion sometimes falls into politics if you talk to like a family about that stuff.
Yeah, it does.
So, aliens. Because when you talk to like some people who are really like ministers or anything like that, people would be like, "What the heck? No, there's no way aliens are real." Yeah. How? Because your views are like. I feel like your views are kind of like a melting pot type thing. So you do believe in God, but
I'm a whole melting pot myself, and I have no shame in saying that. Yeah, 100%. But like, as far as aliens, I don't have enough information on it. Like, I've been in conversations with my band, and like they're really into it.
Like, I was adopted and everything.
Yeah, and like being like, yo, like I've seen that, but like when I hear that, it makes me squirmy, and I think that's maybe because there's a part of me that's like, fuck. Yeah. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I stand at it. Have I had any contact or nothing like that? I haven't, but it's like when they talk about how close it was to them, and I'm just like, ooh. And I think that's because maybe a little bit inside of me, I'm like, fuck. Right. They might be out here checking us out. Right. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
So what made you decide to form a band? Because you don't really see that a lot. Like if you're gonna be a rapper or anything like that.
But see, I don't have a problem with you calling me a rapper, but I feel like it's more of like just like an artist type stuff, like just because like just when I'm blending and stuff like that. But it's totally fine. There's no shade. Kendrick's honestly the GOAT to me, and like I think he's the best artist out. So like, I love rap music. But the thing about the band thing is just like that's what felt more natural to me. Yeah. And more the people that I look up to, like, and I love that. I just love having people up on stage with me, because I consider myself to be like a very entertainer, but like I couldn't do that with a DJ behind me. And also the last time I had a DJ, it felt so whack, and I was like, I want a band. And once I was able to put a few pieces of that together, best feeling in the world. Right. You know, I got two of my best friends up on stage with me, and I'm getting to rock the stage. It's nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love, just having my boy playing guitar and my homie drumming, and I'm just like doing whatever the fuck I'm doing up there. Like, that's like heaven to me,
Yeah.
bro. I love that shit. So the band thing, it just felt more natural and felt more like a progression to me.
Yeah.
To me personally. So yeah.
Something about live music really speaks to people too.
Oh, bro,
you know?
yeah. I mean, that's the thing
And
too.
actual
is, like,
instruments.
actual instruments, and you're performing for kids who like they may act like they don't know, but they know what a good song is, and they'll fucking clown you on the internet if you was like on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So if I got up there and I was like cutting up with me and my DJ, maybe I wouldn't be on this tour or like being able to be on these rock tours. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in having the band helps me kind of get more into that, which I think that's a lane that I'm trying to really, see about.
Right.
So yeah.
What is the music scene for you growing up in Texas like?
Man, I mean, like UGK.
Yeah.
A lot of Outkast. And Andre, huge inspiration for me. Once again.
Hey, I see that. No, that I
Come
get
on.
that now.
I mean, Andre 3000 is first off, he's the best rapper ever. Wore dresses, wore makeup, wore wigs, and he would talk about it on his albums, just like people think I'm gay and that, but like, and people think we weird because we talking about aliens and all that shit. He was from the South. People forget about that. Like, you have to like bring that up when like it's 2020 now and like. It's just like black people can't do this. It's like Andre 3000 is the best rapper, and he wore whatever the fuck he wanted to wear. Sorry, but yeah. Outkast, UGK, a lot of my dad just like smoking weed and playing me just like mad hip hop records, man, and then my mom was a singer in a choir, so she would play a lot of R&B and gospel records. So it was just a lot of like R&B gospel, and then mad chopped and screwed. I don't know if you're familiar with chopped and screwed.
Yeah,
type of
bro.
music,
I
so,
love it.
yeah, so that's all, like my dad would just get mad stoned and we would just ride out and listen to music like that, man. And it connected with me, but it was never the music that I wanted to make. But I love it if you put on some UGK, right? I'm actually reading a Pimp C book right now, so it's like
Rest in peace.
yeah, 100%. So yeah, a lot of Southern rap, bro. Yeah, that was
makes
my
sense.
shit. Yeah, and then once I got into high school, I got into the internet, and all that shit. But like growing up, it was Southern shit. Yeah.
How did you make it out of Texas? How were you able to start your music career?
I mean, I don't necessarily even see myself as making it out. I just left. Like, it was more like I played a lot of shows from when I was 14 to 19, just booking my own shows and giving people CDs and stuff like that in high school. But it wasn't cool to do music when you graduated in 2014. You know what I'm saying? Or when you were, it wasn't like, it was still like, like, oh, take my CD. And they was like, oh, nigga, like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So I would like kill the shows, and I opened up for really good artists growing up, but like I just more left because I was still, and I wasn't even fully myself, but I was still looked at as kind of like an outsider. So I knew LA or New York would be like the place where I could really expand and really find myself, and I chose LA.
Right.
So yeah, I just kind of left. I was never, it wasn't like I was popping. I was like, I was just like, ugh, I don't know if I can do it here, and I just kind of like left, bro.
Was that like rough for your family then, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was rough for me. Like, honestly, I'm like just being like 19, 20 and like coming to Hollywood.
Got a banjo on your back?
Yeah, that like it was kind of that vibe, and I had $200.
Wow.
It was strange, but it was rough for me mostly. But it's like it was rough for my family. But my family have always been just so, you can't do anything, you can't do nothing. But the thing about that, when I made that decision, my mom was like, cool.
Right.
She supported it, and I will forever appreciate her for that. Because I couldn't go to parties, I couldn't have girls over, none of that. I couldn't have homies over. But when I decided to chase my dreams, she was like, all right.
That makes sense.
And something about that, I was like, all right, cool.
Right.
Yeah.
If your family instilled anything into you, what would it be?
Honestly, faith, bro. Still, like, I mean, that's more like with church too, but honestly, just having faith, bro, and just believing, you know what I'm saying? And hard work, honestly. Because I've been working since I was like 15. I always had a job. My mom always made sure we worked, and maybe just hard work. Yeah, honestly.
That makes sense.
We had to, like, hold our shit down back home, yeah.
Do you feel like you have your job is to like inspire your siblings also in a way? Or?
A little bit. And with the cause that I've been having, I talk to my family every other day. And like I said, it's a lot of them. They don't say that to me, but they're watching everything, and when they hit, they're just like, you're like, every time they talk to me, it's just like, you're getting famous, and I'm just like, don't say that F word. I just don't like that word, but they're just like we see it, and I'm just like, all right, you guys being weird. But like it's, I think they do see it, and like we don't really talk about it much, but I just try to show them that I'm doing okay by just like getting them stuff and talking to them and being like, you know, just live your life, you know, be free, because like a lot of them are talented and a lot of them are smart. So I just try to like make sure I support them and whatever they're doing. If it's just they need a conversation or whatever, you know. So, but I think they see it a little bit. Yeah.
Did you grow up in like a supportive community at least, or how was that? Because
a little bit, like, but again, it was like I was in high school doing it. It's like I didn't wait till I was after college and was like, you know, I'm gonna pursue music. It was like, so it was still a little weird, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't cool to be a musician, bro. It really wasn't. But my dad was always supportive, and like my mom was supportive. But like I had a few homies too, like my homie Blazik, like held me down. But other than that was kind of it. Mostly like a couple of friends in my family. Very supportive. That's all you need. When you're like coming up and like you're getting 150 views on your Hot New Hip Hop page, all you need is like some friends and a couple of family be like, I can do this. Yeah. Which is kind of silly, but it's like you need that blind faith, bro. Yeah. You need to be like a little bit crazy to be like, I'll just go to LA and make it happen.
Yeah. But how did that start out in LA? Like, do you recommend that to people? Like, I think it's important to like emphasize like the grind and like people's journeys to actually get into music or any type of career that's not the normal 9-to-5 job, you know?
I recommend it for sure if that's what makes you happy. But it took, for me, and my career is different from clear like these up and coming artists now who are just popping off, which is great, but I had so much time to develop, and that's why when labels see us now and the fans see us now, they're just like, wow, what? And I'm just like, I had a great team. I worked mad jobs. I have great songs from them jobs and stories, and like, you know, I lived a little bit to be able to like come out now, and I'm just like like kind of ready. But that took like 4.5 years for me, you know what I'm saying? I had truly time to develop and to like learn who I am and what I want to say and find my voice. A lot of artists don't get that. A lot of artists are 19 and they pop off and people are like, why are they acting like an asshole? It's like they're 19 and they got $2 million. Like I was 19 and I had $50. That'll teach you something. Especially being in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, oh, I gotta save my money. I gotta eat once a day and I gotta spread it out. You know what I'm saying? So I had true time to develop, you know, but I recommend if that what's make you feel free, that will make you feel alive, chasing that dream, going anywhere you need to go, do it. Yeah. Because we're only gonna be young once, we're only gonna live once. Like, not to sound corny, but it's so fucking real. Like, cause I see homies that hit me now and they're just like, yo, I'm just like, I stuck it out. Yeah. And you just gotta stick it out.
That makes sense.
It's so real. Like,
that is real.
Like, if you're a nice person, you're passionate, you can stick it out, you might be alright. Well, you gotta get lucky. You gotta get lucky. It's fucked up.
It's a little bit of luck too.
It's fucked up, bro. Like, you gotta get lucky, but it's real. Yeah, it's real, bro. Like it's just like so real though.
What is the image you're trying to portray through yourself? You know, like when people think of you, what do you want them to think about you as?
I'm gonna keep saying that. I just want them to feel completely free. Completely freedom, bro. That's all I want. Yeah. That's all I want, bro. And like, and I know I say that word, and like, especially we've been saying that word for over how many years, I don't know, but it's like I just want people to feel free, bro, and I still don't think people are. Right. So that's all I want them to feel.
So do you believe in like the new slaves aspect?
I mean, I think we are that though. You know what I'm saying? Like I went and got these, and I went and got some cute earrings. Like that's not because like, you know, it makes me feel sexy. Like I got this vest, and like, you know, I feel I got these, you know. Hey. I feel cute as hell right now. Like if I wasn't into the new slave aspect, I would just be like up here with a white tee and some drawers on, and I would be like, yeah. So yeah, I fall into that. I have no shame to that. You know, like I'm young, like whatever. But I also have a message of being like, that makes me feel free. So is that also wrong? Like I don't know.
I don't think.
You know, for me, it's like nah. Right. Like shit makes me feel fucking sexy.
Hey.
So why wouldn't I do it?
And this man has gauges. I have not seen a black person with gauges.
See, they're not gauges.
They're not?
They're just super like granny earrings.
Oh, yeah. I see that now. Oh wow, dude, this guy has 2 different earrings in too, and he's got dreads with the red hair at the bottom.
Come on, man.
Hey.
Completely free though. I feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what's the difference between LA and Texas when it comes to interacting with musicians? Because you probably did you feel like you were like a loner completely when you were making music in Texas, or were there like people that you could like locals or like was there anyone from like your city or anything that like blew up that you could look up to in a way?
I mean, you know, Travis is from Houston.
Oh yeah.
Travis is from Houston, and he was like weird.
Mm-hmm.
He's still weird. That was very inspiring for me to see that. But it's like the people that I was connected with was like older heads who was like very into screw music. And I had one producer who took me in, Donnie Houston, who I love and I appreciate to this day. But it's like other than that, people looked at, I was younger. I was like 14, 15. Everybody else was like 30.
That's so weird though, because people like that now. Like here in Seattle, at least, like everyone like is excited when they see like a young musician like coming up.
Dude, I mean,
that's so weird.
We got love. Like I said, I opened up for great artists. Like I got a chance to do it, but it's like I wanted to like blow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to sound stupid, but I was like, I don't know if it was going to happen there.
Yeah, see, I've been hearing that a lot. Like people like older artists or like who have like maybe finally made it or on the track. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, dude, I like opened up for like Snoop Dogg or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought that was the moment I was going to blow. Which is weird.
The thing is for me, I didn't think I was going to blow at this point, but I knew I was on the right path because I was 16 to 17, opening up for the internet, opened up for Pusha T.
Hey.
I opened up for Gambino at a festival. Like I was getting some great spots, but I always saw the bigger picture and just being like, well, I'm going to just keep opening up for these artists. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's more like I needed to get into a scene and really be able to connect.
Yeah.
With like how I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know, which took years to understand that, but it's like I was looking for that thing. Yeah, instead of like keeping in Houston and being like, but it's like in LA you can connect with people and people are just like, it's so many artists too there. So you're just like, you're connecting with a person every day.
Right.
So it's a bit more like definitely than Houston.
That makes sense. That's cool.
It's like
cool.
It's cool, yeah, because you have artists and then like you become friends with somebody and then you guys get really close and then people are just blowing up left and right and you're in this friend group, but it's like it keeps you so motivated because like if my big homie can do it, I've been around so many great artists and it's like I'm finally starting to get like my own little lane. It's like I've been around some crazy artists in the past few years that have blown up and it's the most beautiful thing ever, bro. It's like because I got to hop into that community and be like, oh, that's what's going on here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it taught me my own confidence and shit like that. So yeah, man. Being in LA I really love it now. Yeah. More than like when I came and I was like working at shitty jobs and stuff. Like I really love it and really like understand it and connect with it on a way better level than I did at first. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Some good shit going on.
What is some advice that you have for up and coming Seattle artists, creators, influencers?
Just be yourself. Like keep working hard, stay passionate, like just do your thing. Don't don't get in your head about shit. You know what I'm saying? And stay in your own path, stay in your own lane. You know, when you see something on Instagram and you get weird about it, you're like, yo, why is that not me? But like, cut all that fuck shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, be on your own lane, be on your own path, and fucking believe. Like, believe in yourself, study the greats, you know, become a musical nerd. So you can know, like, you know, just like know what you're talking about, know what you're doing. And, if you have a message, stay with the message, try to grow. But if you're like one of these artists on the fast track trying to do something viral, do that to your fullest potential. Like either one, just do it to your best, like your best shit. Like, like not hating on nobody's journey.
Hey, that's
so yeah, for sure.
Dude, yeah, I like your messages.
Yeah,
They're cool.
Thank you, bro.
Freedom.
Be
yourself.
That's all, bro.
You know?
That's all. And listen to Top Gun, because that shit bang.
Yes.
So yeah.
What are some final words you have for Seattle?
Seattle, I got mad heroes from here. The homie is really cool. I don't know. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to fuck this show up tonight. And I'll be back for a long time.
Yes.
So yeah.
What is the easiest way to reach you?
WayneJackson on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that. Follow me on Spotify, and I have this community called The Circle. That we're building. It's a small thing right now, but I think it's going to take over the world in a matter of a few years. And peace and love, man.
Yes.
Straight up.
This is DJ Blake and
Dwayne. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate you, bro.
Here we go.
Yeah.